I'm so broke, it's not even funny, dude.
Today in motorsports. Fuck! Lucas Di Grassi doesn't win and a party is held to that fact. Fuck! Formula 1 edition. And 2017's MotoGP season gets an expansion pack. All in a jam-packed episode of Unsafe Press Release. Your unreliable source for racing news. Don't kill me now, indigestion. In the world of Formula 1, we finally got the season going, and we're finally going to see who is going to give Mercedes a legitimate run for their money. But if the qualifying had said anything, it told us this was never going to happen. With Lewis Hamilton not only getting pole position, but absolutely killing it, being 6/10 faster than second place Kimi Räikkönen. Second place Kimi Räikkönen. Second place, okay. Fuck. The qualifying also had Valtteri Bottas crashing, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's not about Bottas this race. You know, I like him, but, you know, today it's not his day today. The race started out quite boringly enough, with Hamilton diving into the lead and keeping it, until both the Haases decided to shit the bed in the most Toyota-esque way possible, which made every American under the sun cry gallons of tears. The new graphics decided to name the Haas bullshit a major incident, which is a massive exaggeration. Except if you're Haas, of course. During the pit stops, however, Mercedes seemed to have a debilitating software issue during the pit stop, and the problem cost Hamilton first place, which was taken with absolute pleasure by Vet. Funny that. F1 takes care of its vets better than America does. In more depressing news, the F1 Driver of the Day tweets, which were a huge staple in F1 Twitter from 2016 to 2017, is now completely gone in 2018, signalling an end of an era. And hopefully it'll stop Max Verstappen getting Driver of the Day for just merely existing. And the race ended with Hamilton admitting defeat, while Vettel took the top step of the podium. Ferrari won a race this season. Amazing! And in even better news, the McLaren Renault of Fernando Alonso got P5, equaling his best result since he started his stint with McLaren in 2015 for a third time. But sure, it's McLaren that's having the problem, not Honda. Clearly, you fucking idiots. But who cares? It was a very average race with the occasional surprise, so basically it was the equivalent of an Oasis album. And Max Verstappen sucked in this race, which makes no sense because he sucks in every race. In the unconventional world of Formula E, we were treated to a fucking balls-to-the-wall race that made the Discord chat I own rebrand itself twice. So it's no longer called the Nando Loris Fan Club. Sorry. What did happen, though, was that both Lucas Di Grassi and Sebastian Buemi didn't win. Buemi had problems which made him go all initial D at one point, which was pretty funny, while Jean-Eric Vergne and Lucas Di Grassi were battling from tongue to balls as they went through each corner, with the eventual winner not being Di Grassi, which pleased me and my friend. Jean-Eric Vergne crossed the line to win the race and extend his lead over second place Felix Rosenqvist, which makes me realise I'm not used to the top two in Formula E being likeable and not entitled arse-hats. How incredible is that? Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. What makes this race even funnier is the fact that Lucas Di Grassi was fined €10,000 for not wearing compliant fireproof underwear. So quite literally, liar liar, pants on fire. Welcome to the Shit on Lucas Di Grassi show. I'll be your host for today. And every day. The Brit GOAT, Sam Bird, managed to get an impressive third in the Virgin Racing car, while Mitch Evans stood in fourth in the Jaguar. Once again proving that if you're driving with a team that promoted the fourth best Gorillaz album, you're going to be placing fourth. Maro, tyre kicker extraordinaire Engel, managed to bag a 10th. Somehow, while the retirees were Nick, never wins anything Heifeld, Nelson, my dad is an insensitive weirdo PK, and Sebastian, second place in Le Mans 2016 Buemi. Now that the happy part of the video is done, let's talk about the bullshit. Why did this need to happen? On the first fucking day of the IndyCar season. Christ! I didn't need my emotions to be sucked away like that. In case you didn't know, the race started with a lot of hope, as 3 rookies all posed strong lap times to be first, third, and fourth, respectively. Feeder Series master Robert Wickens took pole, Mateus punched in the opinion lice took third, and Jordan, how the fuck are you not still an F2 king, taking fourth. But all of them had problems, and I had all of them as my fantasy picks. The other being Scott fucking Dixon. I hate this shit. Anyway, the race had a lot of cool and amazing and hectic things happening. One of them being Will Power immediately cunted out of a decent result from the word go. But the first retirement came from Mateus Laced, who I would pretend to be upset about, but I didn't want him to win anyway. So that's that. Scott Dixon would also have problems because he literally forgets how to overtake in an easy and respectable manner, once again questioning if I am really punching above my weight in this fantasy league. Robert Wickens had shown a lot of prowess in this race, and led the majority of the laps, all up until the one-lap showdown happens between him and the bane of my fucking existence, Alexander Rossi. He lunged for a move into turn 1 and immediately took him out and lost himself a win in the process. Congratulations, you fucking cretin. In the end, Sebastian Bourdais won the race for the 2nd year in a row, showing that we're in an endless and never-stopping time loop where Sebastian Bourdais is going to keep on winning and winning until there's no more IndyCar left, and he'll keep winning after the fact as well. So yeah. Oh, and one last thing before I bow out the next segment, because I should have done this when this was nice and fresh in the news. Ireland's core temperature has finally balanced itself out because Connor Daly is MotoGP was pretty mental to say the least. It started off with Moto3 and Moto2, but you know I'm not going to talk about that because I have the attention span of a goldfish. While waiting for the race to start, I searched up to find some MotoGP live timing and maybe a bit of radio to help me understand where everyone is, so I'm not left behind because I don't have a video pass which costs hundreds and hundreds of British pounds sterling. I then found out there's a timing pass, as they call it, which costs £16 for the whole year. You pay for live timing, which doesn't seem that steep until you realise that IndyCar's live timing is free, and has IMS radio as well. And IMSA fucking stream all their races for free, unless you live in America. So what the fuck, Dorna? You don't need that much money! Anyway, the race was pretty good. The pole, and the track record, was absolutely smashed by Love Life Sunshine school idol Johan Zarco, with Marquez 2/10 behind, and I thought Marquez was the robot. Zarco led pretty much the whole race until his tyres decided that the little demon was too much for the Tech 3 car. And it slowly trundled its way to finish 8th. Oh dear. Meanwhile, Rossi had a great start to his season by finishing 3rd, behind Marc Marquez, and the real hero of the 2017 season, Andrea Dovizioso, winning the first race of the season. Beautiful. What was also very beautiful was MotoGP's first ever Malaysian driver, Hafiz Syarin. I probably fucked up the pronunciation, so if I did, please tell me. Finishing the race in 14th, making Malaysians everywhere forget their troubles for just one day. Sigh. And also big up Franco Morbidelli for also existing. Well done on existing! So that's about it for this episode. If you want to support me, you can do so by donating to my coffee or buying my music on Bandcamp. Usual stuff. I'm going to see if I can get a Patreon started at some point, so if you want to support me that way, in the far off future where I actually know how to craft a business, there may be some merch coming soon, so don't get your hopes up. Until then, have a good one. My name's Chris. Bye.